What if I told you that driving could be done in silent, powerful, and clean cars without the need for gasoline? And who is driving this revolution? Yes, you guessed it right, Tesla, disrupting an industry that has existed with combustion engines for over 100 years. Ford, General Motors, and Toyota are just some of the traditional car makers we're going to be talking about today. But still, there's nothing like a Tesla. Ever since we were kids, we've been fascinated by sleek supercars. But let's face it, the whole burning of fossil fuels thing isn't exactly great for the planet. That's where electric vehicles come in. Clean, quiet rides that leave no trail of smoke behind. But in the race to dominate the vehicle market, there are two big sides: Tesla, the innovative upstart, and the traditional automobile giants. Buckle up, because in this video, we're going to explore the race between Tesla and the old guards. A battle that could reshape the future of transportation. Understand how Tesla's electric revolution has disrupted the automotive industry, we first need to take a step back and explore how traditional automakers set the foundations for modern transportation. The story of the automobile dates back to the late 19th century, with the invention of the internal combustion engine. German inventors like Carl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler are credited with developing the first practical cars, which ran on gasoline and transformed personal transportation. By the early 20th century, Henry Ford revolutionized automobile production with the introduction of assembly line manufacturing. In 1908, Ford launched the Model T, a car that not only democratized personal transport, but also changed the course of the automotive industry forever. Ford's innovation in mass production allowed cars to be produced faster and cheaper, making them affordable for the middle class. His vision of creating a car for the average American family laid the groundwork for the rapid expansion of the automobile market.
The Model T, strong, sturdy, with a will of its own.
Within a few decades, the United States, along with countries like Germany and Japan, became global powerhouses of automobile production. Following Ford's success, General Motors and Chrysler emerged as major players in the American auto industry, while Japanese manufacturers like Toyota and Nissan later dominated global markets by the mid-20th century. These automakers focused on refining internal combustion engines, improving fuel efficiency, safety features, and overall vehicle design. The car industry became synonymous with innovation in mechanical engineering, but always within the bounds of fossil fuel-powered engines. For nearly a century, automakers perfected this model, optimizing production lines, minimizing costs, and expanding product lines to cater to a wide range of consumers.
The Toyota Celica GT liftback. At no extra cost, you get power front disc brakes, AM/FM stereo, tachometer, 5-speed overdrive transmission, and more, including great gas mileage.
Throughout the 20th century, traditional automakers became entrenched in their strategies, and gasoline-powered engines remained the standard. Innovations like power steering, air conditioning, and anti-lock brakes enhanced the driving experience. But the core of vehicle design, the combustion engine, remained constant. This dependence on fossil fuels began raising concerns over environmental impact in the later part of the century. But electric vehicles were still seen as a distant, impractical solution. However, by the late 1990s, growing environmental awareness and rising oil prices began to push the need for alternatives to gasoline-powered vehicles. Though some electric vehicles had been developed in the past, most were limited by poor performance and battery life. Traditional automakers, while beginning to research hybrids and other alternatives, largely continued to focus on what they knew best: combustion engines. This set the stage for Tesla's arrival in the early 2000s.
I'm Elon Musk. I'm the chairman and the product architect of the company.
In a landscape where gas-powered cars had ruled for over a century, Tesla's vision of electric, sustainable transportation was a bold deviation from the norm. While traditional automakers had decades of experience and capital, they were slow to embrace the full potential of electric technology. Tesla capitalized on this gap by focusing on electric vehicle innovation, making not only a statement about the future of cars, but also pushing the boundaries of what consumers could expect from the automotive industry. Tesla has upgraded the automotive industry with a tremendous number of alterations and additions that have never been witnessed over centuries. It has set a completely new standard for car manufacturers all over the world. But what makes Tesla so distinct from other car manufacturers and the traditional automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Toyota? How has Tesla been seen as a destroyer of the standards set by traditional automakers and their century-old traditions dominated by combustion engines? The innovation brought about by Tesla is an extraordinary threat to its competitors. It uses cutting-edge technology with the view that it should incorporate sustainable solutions for car manufacturing and its engines. This has ultimately reshaped the automotive landscape.
The market value of Tesla, the manufacturer of high-end electric cars, has actually surpassed that of Ford and General Motors.
The electric vehicle maker stock speeding this year.
Musk's wealth skyrocketing thanks to a surge in Tesla shares.
If you look at the past, you will observe that all the traditional automakers used to inculcate and introduce sturdy combustion engines. For decades, this tradition has continued to be followed and passed on to new generations of cars. But Tesla breaks the chain by bringing a new era of transportation. It has introduced electric engine vehicles, which have brought a massive change to the world of transportation and the automotive industry. Tesla didn't just break the mold, it shattered the century-old traditions of combustion engines. Imagine the roar of a V8 engine being replaced by the silent hum of electric power. It's not just a change, it's a revolution. But the real question is, can traditional automakers survive in this new world? This battle has reshaped the whole arena and landscape of the future of the automotive industry. And we know that the future of transportation is going to bring something innovative and great. By the end of this video, we will be able to better understand the impact of Tesla in car manufacturing and how the future of the automotive industry is likely to unfold. Are you hooked on the all-new and ultimate car solution? The world of automotive design has transformed itself from the traditional phase and embodies the innovation in cars like Tesla's. With the electric car by Elon Musk, the venture into the automotive world has significantly disrupted traditional automakers. Remember that chic car in Tony Stark's basement in Iron Man? That was a Tesla Roadster, my friends. Back in 2003, the tech visionary Elon Musk, already known in the business world for his interest in advanced technology and space, made a bold decision to invest in electric vehicles. At that time, most car companies were still focused on diesel and gasoline engines. Tesla, on the other hand, focused on innovation and creating a unique ownership experience. They invested heavily in research and development to obtain their vision of a future with clean transportation. From the very first day, the motto of Tesla has been straightforward and extremely well-defined: drive the future. It has set its path to accelerate and uplift the transition of the automotive world into a sustainable energy resource. Although this mission looked quite simple in terms of its words, the application of the very same idea was not that easy. The road to success for Tesla was not paved with flowers. It had to face numerous challenges from the start. Tesla faced much backlash as people mocked the company for producing electric vehicles, which they thought would only include golf carts. Initiated back in 2003, Tesla found its groundbreaking point in 2008. This turning point for Tesla came with its manufacturing of the Tesla Roadster. Released in 2008, the car instantly caught the public's eye.
I'll be sitting at a stoplight and somebody pulls up next to me, and this happens all the time. They'll roll down the window and they'll go, "How do you like it?" And I just say, "This is the most amazing car ever made."
Due to its high-performance electric sports car formation, it proved that electric vehicles cannot be labeled as just golf carts. They can have speed and look extremely luxurious as well. This image of a pop culture and aspirational design was further given a boost with its cameo in the movie Iron Man. This greatly aligned the future with Tesla's groundbreaking and futuristic innovation. With a massive head start, in a few years, Tesla established a stronghold in the global automobile industry with their Model S and Model 3. As of 2023, Tesla commands about 75% of EV sales in the US. But what makes Tesla so different? It is poles apart from the traditional automakers. Unlike traditional automotive models, Tesla has more controlled production. It has boosted every inch of the car and holds ultimate power in the production of its models. It carefully checks the battery cells, software, and all other minute elements in the car before it is released. This helps give more power to the autopilot feature of the cars. Now, with all this innovation, Tesla hasn't been without its share of controversies. The most well-known has to be concerns over the safety of Tesla's autopilot system. Several accidents have been linked to drivers relying too heavily on the self-driving feature, leading to tragic results. Tesla has also faced backlash over working conditions in its factories, with reports of long hours, worker injuries, and even accusations of racial discrimination.
Well, the police were here for about 5 hours today, and they just left about an hour ago. They were collecting evidence, as you mentioned, in the parking lot. This is on the south side of Tesla's Fremont factory, and I did speak with a police captain who talks about what they found when they got here.
Then, there's the roller coaster ride of Elon Musk's public statements. From his infamous tweets about taking Tesla private, which led to legal battles, to his unpredictable behavior on social media, Musk's actions have stirred quite a bit of controversy. But let's not forget the traditional automakers. They've had their fair share of scandals too. Ford, General Motors, and Toyota have all faced significant recalls over the years due to safety issues, including faulty airbags and ignition switches. General Motors' ignition switch scandal, in particular, led to hundreds of deaths and millions in fines.
Joanne, take a look at how extensive this report is. It suggests that GM could have prevented deaths and injuries, and the report focuses a great deal on one man, an engineer who investigators say misled people in the company, leading to catastrophic results.
Then there's Volkswagen's Dieselgate scandal, where the company was caught cheating emissions tests on millions of diesel vehicles. This cost VW billions and severely damaged its reputation.
Our company was dishonest with the EPA and the California Air Resources Board, and with all of you. And in my German words, we have totally screwed up.
Toyota also faced criticism for its sudden unintended acceleration issues, which led to numerous accidents and a massive recall.
Accelerator set. I'm sorry? Accelerator set. We're going to 120, mission goal.
The mounting troubles at Toyota.
Toyota has a problem.
So, while Tesla faces its own modern-day issues, traditional automakers have long been tangled in controversies of their own. The environmental impact of both Tesla and traditional automakers is a complex issue, with both making strides to reduce their footprint while facing significant challenges. Traditional gasoline vehicles from companies like General Motors and Ford have long been responsible for significant emissions, contributing heavily to climate change through CO2 and other pollutants. While these companies are gradually shifting to electric vehicles, EVs, and have announced plans to transition fully in the coming years, their continued reliance on gasoline-powered cars poses an ongoing problem. Despite efforts to increase fuel efficiency and produce cleaner vehicles, the shift is slow, and the massive scale of their current production still means a large environmental burden. Tesla, often seen as a green leader, offers electric vehicles that produce no tailpipe emissions, and the company has made sustainability central to its mission. Beyond EVs, Tesla is also investing in renewable energy with products like solar panels and energy storage systems. However, producing the lithium-ion batteries that power these vehicles has raised environmental concerns. Mining materials like lithium and cobalt can lead to significant ecological damage, including deforestation and water pollution. Additionally, the manufacturing process for these batteries is energy intensive, which adds to Tesla's overall environmental impact. Tesla has acknowledged these challenges and is working to mitigate them, including developing in-house battery recycling systems to reuse up to 92% of raw metals from old batteries, which helps reduce future mining needs. There is also controversy around where EVs get their electricity from. Charging Tesla vehicles in regions reliant on fossil fuels can reduce the overall environmental benefits, as the electricity used may still come from coal or natural gas plants. This is a challenge for both Tesla and traditional automakers, as it links EVs to the broader issue of transitioning to cleaner energy grids. Still, Tesla is working towards decarbonizing its factories and using more renewable energy in its operations, such as powering Gigafactory Berlin entirely with renewable sources in 2023. Ultimately, both Tesla and traditional automakers are making progress, but the path to sustainable transportation is far from straightforward. While Tesla's EVs reduce emissions during driving, the environmental costs of battery production and electricity sourcing still complicate the picture. Traditional automakers are transitioning, but their continued reliance on gas-powered vehicles keeps them tied to significant emissions. As the industry evolves, addressing these challenges will be key to achieving long-term sustainability goals. Though Tesla is about to disrupt the automotive industry, we must not forget the titans who formed it. This modern-day electric storm begs the question, how are traditional automakers adapting to it? Are they regressed or progressing to the next level of challenges? It might look like the traditional automakers are struggling to match the pace with Tesla. And that is true, but it's not like they've done nothing to increase their sales and system. Traditional automakers have not been sitting idly by, while Tesla steals the spotlight. Some of the world's largest automakers, including Toyota, General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen, have finally woken up to the EV revolution with the introduction of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the VW ID.4, and the GMC Hummer EV. But what took them so long? When it comes to traditions, it is difficult to alter the traditional mindset. Innovations are mandatory, but accepting and adopting those innovations is sometimes a hard and time-consuming process. For years, traditional automakers had invested in internal combustion engine technology. They spent decades refining these engines and optimizing the production lines, ensuring an efficient and profitable business model. If they switched to electric vehicles, they would require a complete overhaul of their business model, which is not an easy task. It is not always easy to completely change the outlook of your company in a single day. The core identity is a trademark for a company, and changing this identity would mean starting anew. If we look at this from a business perspective, we can understand that the transition from combustion engines to electric vehicles is not child's play. It requires a lot of effort and laborious alterations in the manufacturing process, and a huge investment into research and development. The supply chains, workforce skills, and even infrastructure have to be altered, which is no small feat. Additionally, traditional automakers also faced pushback from their internal teams. Executives and even engineers found electric cars not feasible. These companies thought that electric vehicles would not be able to last long, as they believed that they lacked the range and performance to be profitable enough to compete against traditional cars. One of the main concerns for automakers is the production process. Tesla has streamlined the manufacturing process because it solely focuses on electric vehicles. But that's not the case with traditional automakers. They have to juggle both combustion engine and electric car production, putting them at a disadvantage in scaling EV production efficiently. To put it simply, traditional automakers have to produce a bulk of models based on the traditional method of including a combustion engine. It is not easy for them to balance the production by manufacturing combustion engine vehicles alongside electric vehicles. This puts Tesla at the top with the ultimate benefit of producing just one type of vehicle, which is electric, making the production process more streamlined compared to traditional automakers. Furthermore, Tesla produces electric car batteries on a bulk scale. You might not even believe the enormous scale of its production. This gives Tesla an upper hand in the competition because traditional automakers do not have this facility of production. This slows down their ability to compete head-on with Tesla, as they lack a similar volume of innovation and infrastructure. The marketing strategy of traditional automakers versus Tesla sets them poles apart. The traditional automotive industry has continued to rely on an unprecedented scale of advertisements and campaigns. They make advertisements to sell their vehicles and spend a large amount annually to increase their sales. But that is not the case with Tesla. Tesla does not rely heavily on advertisements. They do not even make any marketing effort as a company. While traditional companies spend millions on marketing, Tesla invests those resources into R&D. It allows the efficient use of funds, and since the finances are going into R&D, Tesla is able to continuously innovate at a faster rate to maintain its technological advantage over the rest of the competition. Tesla has been leading the EV industry for years now, but the playing field is starting to level. Tesla is not the only one manufacturing electric vehicles in the industry now. Several competitors and new players have emerged. The old guards of the industry have started to launch competitive electric models. Ford's Mustang Mach-E, Hyundai's Ioniq 5, and General Motors' Chevrolet Silverado are just a few examples of how the competition is heating up. And it's not just the traditional competitors leveling up. Some new competitors have also emerged on the front lines to give Tesla a tough time. New EV manufacturers like Rivian and Lucid are emerging as serious contenders. The electric truck R1T, released by Rivian, was well received by the masses for its rugged design and off-road capabilities. These startup companies are making headlines with their robust upgrades and competitive models.
Yeah, Rebecca Thomas, I'm actually standing by one of Rivian's existing models. This is called the R1T.
For instance, Lucid Motors has released its luxury sedan, the Lucid Air, which is in competition with Tesla's Model S. It has a sleek, robust design, has great mileage, has excellent performance with a 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds, and is a high-end electric vehicle with the potential to challenge Tesla's dominance in the automotive market. One key area where Tesla has a distinctive advantage is its battery technology. The company's battery efficiency gives its cars longer ranges compared to its competitors. On top of that, the company also has a supercharger network.
Imagine 200 of these charging stalls behind me in one location. Well, pretty soon, that imagination is going to turn into a reality because Tesla is looking to bring the world's largest supercharging station right here to Central Florida.
That offers a far superior charging experience compared to other EV makers, allowing for faster and more widespread charging availability. Tesla has also gone to great lengths in establishing a strong and widespread network of superchargers. This allows Tesla vehicles to charge quickly, giving them an upper hand in this aspect as well. It has brought convenience and practical ease to the cars and their charging, providing an extended range for long-distance travel. However, traditional automakers are also making their moves and not sitting idly. The days are not far when companies like Ford, Toyota, and Volkswagen catch up to Tesla. Ford has announced plans to invest $50 billion into EV development through 2026. It aims to make about 40% of its global sales electric by 2030. General Motors, on the other hand, has set an ambitious target to be fully electric by 2035. Companies like Ford, Hyundai, and Nissan have their charging networks that provide access to various charging stations. Other companies like BMW and Volkswagen have partnered with top EV charging solution providers to stay in the race. As more fast charging stations pop up, the gap between Tesla and its competitors will likely shrink. Thus, the infrastructure and charging of electric vehicles have become one of the hottest areas in the whole automotive industry. While Tesla has introduced its supercharger facility exclusively for its vehicles, traditional automakers like Ford, Hyundai, and Nissan are working on creating their own charging stations. The gap between Tesla and its competitors is narrowing as traditional automakers and new competitors work to bridge the gaps, improving their electric vehicles and charging capabilities. However, as of today, Tesla is still miles ahead in the charging space. There's a reason every person with an electric vehicle visits a Tesla supercharging station. They're still the fastest, most reliable option. It would be unfair to mention the success and development of Tesla without mentioning its CEO, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
His name is Elon Musk.
Tesla owes much of its success to branding, and let's be honest, Elon Musk himself. The contributions of Elon Musk go far beyond just being the owner and overseeing tasks. Tesla is the brainchild of Musk, which he has personally endorsed and made into a cultural phenomenon in today's world. Musk is one of the most influential entrepreneurs of our time, with successful business ventures spanning various industries, unlike his counterparts from traditional automobile companies, who you often see only during official events. Musk has a massive social media presence with the ability to generate headlines using his bold statements.
Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
And direct engagement with customers. The company's free publicity through Musk provides unparalleled brand visibility for Tesla. He has shown how to turn the automotive world upside down by introducing self-driven cars. He could proudly say that Tesla is not just a company, it's a name for innovation and growth. And that would be no lie. Tesla captured the imagination of millions with the help of Musk's vision for a sustainable future and bold promises, making it seen as a brand of the future. The promise of a future with clean energy and innovation has made Tesla's valuation much higher, despite its relatively low production numbers. So, what's next for Tesla and traditional automakers? As we look at the future of the automotive world, we see things moving toward a positive and sustainable shift. The clear trend toward a market dominated by electric vehicles has been observed in the past decade. Governments across the world are making efforts to phase out gasoline-powered vehicles for the betterment of our climate. Consumers are also becoming more environmentally conscious, making them seek sustainable transportation. There is so much to look at. Ford has pushed itself into the electric vehicle market with the production of the Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. General Motors has also plunged into creating an electric future by the year 2035. Volkswagen has introduced its ID series. So, looking at all sides, the world of automotive design has finally accepted electric vehicles and is slowly making the move to become electrified. Their seriousness and commitment are an alarming factor for Tesla, which has continued to lead the electric vehicle industry as a solo player. Then, who's going to win the EV race? The answer is, honestly, it doesn't matter. Although Tesla has a significant lead over its competitors with its experience in the EV industry, in the coming years, we will hopefully see healthy competition between Tesla and the traditional automakers. And that'll be good for everyone. It will not only bring down prices and improve technology, but also lead to a wider variety of products for consumers to choose from. There is so much to offer and benefit the world with. With the expansion of electrification in the automotive industry, the world is going to evolve. It may also help in overcoming the problems of charging these vehicles and adopting a new system. It provides a wide array of benefits, And some of the most significant advantages include collaboration with other charging providers and the fight to be better. Although it is quite fascinating to see the competitiveness of Tesla and traditional automakers, personally, I believe that the real winner here is the environment. With the increase in EVs on our roads, our dependence on fossil fuels will decrease. There won't be combustion problems, and we will likely see more reliance on renewable energy. This will significantly impact air quality and ultimately help in our fight against climate change. In conclusion, Tesla's head start in the EV industry has indeed helped it to be at the forefront of the electric revolution. But the road ahead is full of challenges. Traditional automakers are now investing billions in new technology to stimulate their production. We'll be seeing competition heat up like never before in the future. Ultimately, one has to accept the fact that the future of the automotive world is led by electric vehicles. So companies should make a move to be part of the competition. But the question remains, what's next for the auto industry? Will Tesla remain the harbinger of EVs, or will the old automotive giants be able to regain the top spot? Think about it, and remember to tell us in the comments, who will be the leaders of the change? We are eager to read your response on this matter. Take care, and we hope you'll join us in our next video.